Okay. At this time, I'll call to order the regular scheduled board meeting for the Village of Midlothian, Wednesday, January 26, 2022, at 7 p.m. Roll call, please. Clerk Moskal.
Trustee Cavey?
Here.
Trustee Crowley?
Here.
Trustee Hilly? Trustee Ivan?
Here.
Trustee Johnson?
Here.
Trustee Killily?
Here.
Mayor LaRue?
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for a moment of silence for our fallen veterans. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right. At this time, I'll open the floor to public comment for the two brave souls that came out in this cold weather. Okay. Superintendent Sperry, you want to handle it? All right. And seeing there's no further public comment, I'll close the floor to public comment and move on to tonight's consent agenda. On tonight's consent agenda, number 1, approval to hire an EMA officer, Emergency Management Agency officer. Number 2, approval of ordinance 2091, abating certain portions of the 2021 tax levy. Number 3, approval of the January 5th, 2022 committee meeting minutes. Number 4, approval of the January 12th, 2022 board meeting minutes. Number 5, approval of the December 2021 Administration Department monthly report. Number 6, approval of the December 2021 Building Department monthly report. Number 7, approval of the December 2021 Fire Department monthly report. Number 8, approval of the December 2021 Health Department monthly report. Number 9, approval of the December 2021 Police Department monthly report. Number 10, approval of the December 2021 Public Works Department monthly report. Number 11, approval of the December 2021 Treasurer's report. And number 12, approval of the list of bills. Is there any item any trustee would like off of tonight's consent agenda?
I got a question about, well, number 7, I guess, since there's no attachment.
Was one submitted?
No, she
Oh, that's right.
I thought you could get it on, but I'm sorry.
All right, make a motion to remove, or you like that one removed since we don't actually have it?
Well, if we get it within, I don't know, next day or two.
Well, we can't approve it if we don't have it, so.
Okay. Well, then I'll make the motion to remove it because there's
No motion
no
needed.
attachment.
You have all the authority right now. Anyone else? Seeing there's no further dissension, I'm looking for a motion to approve tonight's consent agenda without item 7, which is the approval of the December 2021 Fire Department monthly report.
I'll make the motion. I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please. Clerk Moskal.
Trustee Cavey?
Aye.
Trustee Crowley?
Aye.
Trustee Ivan?
Aye.
Trustee Johnson?
Aye.
Trustee Killily?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, sir. Soon as you can. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, Julie's talking to Maria, and she is waiting for a couple of things.
Okay, that's fine. And then,
Okay.
okay. Moving on to trustee business. Trustee Johnson.
Thank you, Mayor. I have nothing at this time.
Thank you, ma'am. Trustee Ivan.
Thank you, Mayor. I just have a quick thing here. Our treasurer had a Zoom meeting with Mike Wojcik and Aldo from Horton, which is their insurance providers. They talked about trends and discussed ways that the village could save money. They'll be sending quarterly reports with detailed information to the treasurer regarding that. More information will follow also regarding the village health fair that we could possibly be scheduling for late summer. Supposedly, we're gonna have a petting zoo as well with the health fair, because pets are calming animals. And that's it for me.
Unless you're allergic to them. That's not very healthy.
Well, then we'd get a non-allergic pet.
Carl, can you get some dates from her for the first insurance committee meeting as well?
Sure.
Thanks.
Fair.
I want to get it out early to everybody so they can plan.
I love the idea. Thank you. All right. All right, trustee Davy.
Thank you, Mayor. Trustee Hilly is not here. I will let everybody know that we've got, we took our final review of the T-Mobile contract. It all looks to be in order. T-Mobile, they have many more layers of attorneys and approvals to go through than we do. They had their attorneys look at it, and they sent us their final version of the document, which was shared with trustee Hilly and with Attorney Valadez. So if they could, they're gonna be taking a look at it just to make sure that it's, you know, all the Ts are crossed and Is are dotted, and it's essentially the same document we looked at earlier this month. And trustee Hilly will be putting it on the agenda next week for board approval. Under my business, I don't have any specific building department business to discuss, but I did want to just briefly bring up the email that I sent to all of you very early Tuesday morning. It was a copy, a boiled down copy of the Bremen Township list that we received from the treasurer. I extracted out all the Village of Midlothian properties that are going to be on the scavenger sale, Cook County scavenger sale, which will be held on February 14th. So I just want to make sure that everybody got it, and when you can, please take a look at it so you can see how our delinquent properties are broken down. I don't believe this list is all inclusive of every delinquent property that's in the village. This only has about 122 properties on it. But a lot of the properties there's a lot of vacant land, a lot more vacant lots in Midlothian than I ever thought there were. So, I just want everybody to take a look at it and be cognizant of, you know, what the properties are. And I know that we've, you know, a couple of us have discussed, there's a couple commercial properties in town that are of serious concern that are on this list that we need to take a look at and talk to the land bank and get those on the land bank list as soon as possible. And Don, if you could fill us in, do we have a signed copy of the contract back? I mean, the village, we signed the contract a long time ago. We still don't have it. Did you get a copy?
We do have.
We do have it?
I believe so.
Okay,
Yeah.
then have we sent them a list of properties we want them to,
No, because the board's got to decide.
okay, who's gonna take the first step to do that then? What do we have to do?
Put it on the agenda for the next meeting, because if we're gonna do anything for the
Well,
scavenger
then
sale.
this Excel spreadsheet that I sent everybody
Right.
on Tuesday morning is the first step. I'll put it on my agenda for next week to discuss, because this has been languishing for too long. We need to get moving with the land bank.
So that's the no cash bid process goes through the land bank?
No,
It
It doesn't have to go through the land bank.
The scavenger sale, the land bank and the Cook County Land Bank get first shot at it, so they can just acquire properties. Doesn't have to go through any no cash bid or any, we have to go through no cash bid. The land bank and the Cook County Land Bank can acquire properties.
But they can only do it through abandonment. I think
No, they just,
How?
if it's on tax sale, they can grab it.
So they can show up to the tax sale on February 14th
yep.
and they can put a bid
As
in?
long as they put the reservation on what you said. They have
Right, but this is the thing, they have to put in their reservation,
Yes.
and we didn't do
We have to
that.
let them know that we want them.
Well, that's the whole
Right.
issue. We did not tell them in advance of this sale
Well,
that we
if-
wanted them to go after these properties.
Yeah, well, the first, I was at the land bank meeting today, and there was an extensive thing about a lot of things, and they talked about this, that the land bank can acquire properties at the request of the village.
That's true.
And they can acquire the properties.
But I still think they have to go
No,
through
They don't.
a
If
same
it's up-
process, don't
If it's
they?
up for well, they have to put the reservation in before the sale goes, otherwise it'll go
Right.
on the sale.
But don't they have to go through the same reservation process as everybody, as a
No.
village?
No, Cook County Land Bank and South Suburban have first choice of anything. They go ahead of everybody.
I understand that, but when they put in their reservation, don't they still have to fill out the same documentation that we would have to fill out?
They do, and they know it, so they know how to do it.
Okay.
No cash bid, it's not a no cash bid process, it's
Mhm.
similar, but they know exactly how to do it. No
And
cash bid is
there's
not
also a
that
sep-
easy.
There's also a separate process that's called an over-the-counter process.
Well, this is sort of like what this is. Over the counter is sort of like
Okay.
they walk up and say, here, we want these properties. The village has to tell them what they want. And that was part of the discussion, not just from Midlothian, but from everybody who was there, how that works.
Okay. did you invite them to come next Tuesday, next
They're
Wednesday?
coming next committee meeting.
Next Wednesday, yeah.
All right, very good. Just want to read a few things off of the building department report. Okay, in 2020, the building department issued 989 permits. In 2021, the building department issued 1,107. So there was a little uptick in permits. Inspections, the building department conducted in 2020 1,041 inspections, and in 2021, they conducted 1,630 inspections. So roughly 595 more inspections than last year. And our Pro Champs program is rolling along. I believe, Nick, we have pretty decent compliance with most of our vacant property owners. Yes, we have very good compliance there. So that was a program that worked out to be very good for the village. It worked out to our advantage to have that added. And that's all I have.
Thank you, ma'am. Trustee Kilby.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to make a motion that the fire department be allowed to purchase a laptop for use at the station. This will be bought from CDW, and the amount is $918.65.
I'll second.
Is there a second? Oh, sorry. 918 what?
$918.65.
It's probably right there on that attachment, right?
It is.
All right, any discussion?
The only thing I would suggest, Steve, is that we ordered the same mouse and it was on back order, so you might want to tell them to pick a different mouse.
Okay.
Okay, roll call, please.
Trustee Killy,
Aye.
Trustee Crowley,
Aye.
Trustee Kaveny,
Aye.
Trustee Ivan,
Aye.
Trustee Johnson.
Aye.
Motion carries.
That's all I have for tonight, Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Trustee Crowley.
Just a couple things tonight, sir. First, we had proven here this afternoon, and they replaced our current firewall. Downtime was about 15 minutes for the staff. Everything was up and running. As of the time of this, as far as I know. So that went well, and all of the trustees will be set up sometime this week with their VPN access. So that'll all hopefully move smoothly, and we will be able to keep going on. The Wi-Fi access point, the amplifier that was put in has been installed, and it is not visible anymore, that I can see. And last on my agenda, I have the discussion and possible approval of the FLAC safety contract, We had sent the contract that we had received last week for discussion, and at the beginning of this week, I also forwarded the correct contract. The difference is the contract we received last week was just for the MOU. The contract I put on the agenda is for the system. So there was, some of the clarification was made there. There is also, I sent an attachment, or an email this afternoon, that the state of Illinois also has a fee for installing these cameras for a permit, and that's $3,000. So that's in addition, and it's on the new version that I sent out this afternoon. So I'd like to make a motion to approve going with FLAC safety.
You made the motion?
I made the motion.
I'll second.
So we're making a motion and a second to
Approve the
Approve the-
contract, I'm sorry, sir. I totally misread that.
approve the agreement with Flock Group, Inc. to install and implement 10, sorry, can you hear me? 10 license plate reader cameras at a cost of, hold on, $25,000 for the cameras, and there's a $3,500 implementation fee.
Correct.
All right, is that includes the thing you just talked about with the state?
No, that's in addition, I sent that out today. There's a
Okay.
$3,000 permitting fee with the state of Illinois.
Of course there is.
So what's the total then?
Tonight, we're approving $28,500 for the installation and implementation of the 10 license plate reader cameras from Flock Services, Flock Group.
Do we also have to approve the $3,000 fee to the county? Because that's another $3,000.
To the state, we'll have
I
to
mean,
do
to the
that
state.
at the next
Well, it's
meeting.
part, they updated their contract, so they put it in here so we know about it. The one I sent out today has the $3,000 fee in it.
That's the implementation fee?
That's this permitting fee for the state of Illinois.
Okay, but it's not included in the $28,000,
Correct.
500. Right, so that's why I said, if we're gonna approve this, we have to approve the whole dollar amount. So-
Yes, it's included in the contract from today.
Right, but it's not included in the dollar amount that the mayor just said, that's what I'm saying.
Correct,
So we have to add it,
yes.
okay. So we're approving $31,500. Is that correct?
Yes, which includes the cost of the cameras, the cost of the setup and delivery, and the cost of the permitting fees to the state of Illinois.
Okay.
All right, there is a motion and a second on the table to approve the expenditure of $31,500. That includes the cost of the 10 license plate reader cameras, the implementation fee, and the state permitting fee to install the cameras. Is that clear enough? Pretty clear, right?
Yeah.
All right. Any other discussion?
Well, I did receive a copy of the contract. It is a 38-page contract. It is very vendor-oriented. I was wondering, I would like to send this to Mr. Murphy for a quick review. I have found a couple of items that could be problematic. As we go to section 5-2. There. Wow, it's a long.
It was very long.
Yeah, 5-2, and I apologize for not getting it all the way, going all the way through it, but what I did find is changes to fee, the vendor reserves the right to change fees or applicable charges and to institute new charges and fees at the end of the initial term or any renewal upon 60 days notice prior to the end of such initial term or renewal.
Microphone.
Prior to the end of such renewal. That seems to be a small period of time, as well as invoicing and late fees. Flock may choose to bill through an invoice. The village will have 30 days after the mailing date of the invoice to pay the bill. That seems to be kind of tight. We're running around for their billing process. And then, of course, if we have any complaint under the contract right now, if we don't correct an error in their billing for 60 days after the wrong bill, then we waive our right to be able to get a correct bill. And that just seems to me, if we're gonna have a multi-year contract, that just seems to be too short a period for me. If we have a vendor that we're working with and giving lots of money to, if they make a mistake, we should have at least to the end of the term to find that mistake. This is the way that a municipality operates. It's not easy to catch billing errors on a monthly bill that quickly. So, again, I don't want to pick through the entire document. I just think a couple of things need to be addressed before the board signs on this contract.
So we can approve the expenditure, and I can hold off on signing the contract until
Sure.
you give us the okay.
There's no issue in terms of that. It's just some of the language, the boilerplate language that allows for mistakes to be made, and the vendor to be able to benefit from that.
All right. Any other discussion?
So we can approve the contract that has errors in it?
No.
approving the expenditure.
Well, I don't think we should approve the expenditure until we have the contract that's right.
What's your opinion?
Well, you can approve the expenditure because I don't know that anything in here is going to change the cost of it. It's just that the terms of the contract itself need to be tweaked a little bit, again, to protect the village. This is a boilerplate contract with 38 pages, and most of it is to make sure that they get their money and that the village has no recourse for their mistakes,
Right.
and I don't like
Right.
contracts like that.
What,
So how long will it take you to go over this with them and get this corrected?
Next board meeting? Next regular
Next
board?
week?
Next regular board meeting, is that,
Next week?
or that's the committee meeting, but
No,
yeah,
next week's the board meeting.
if that is the board's pleasure to do it.
Oh, next week's committee meeting.
Committee
you can
meeting.
still do it at a committee meeting.
So yes, it would not,
Yeah.
past the next regular board meeting, we'll have.
I'm
it
fine
seen.
with holding it over until then.
Okay. And like I said, I apologize for, I did not realize that it was 38 pages and that there was that kind of language in it.
All right, so trustee Crowley would have to rescind her motion or amend her motion.
Just withdraw it.
Withdraw the motion.
Then I'll withdraw my motion.
And you'll withdraw your second?
And I will withdraw my second.
Okay.
And I will have Mr. Murphy have it ready to go by the next regular board.
Well, what do you mean by ready to go? Is he going to contact the vendor to talk about the terms, or he's just going to give us comments by next week?
Well, we'll have comments by next week,
Okay.
and then hopefully we'll have an agreement with the vendor.
You guys will reach out to him then.
Correct.
Oh,
We're not gonna
Chief
make,
De- Chief Delaney can give you the contact information.
we're not gonna be making any drastic changes.
Okay.
Okay,
And that's all I have this evening.
thank you, ma'am. Moving on to department heads. See, I didn't forget you this time. Chief Otwagner.
I have nothing for that, sir.
Chief Delaney.
Nothing this evening, sir.
Superintendent Weiner.
Nothing, sir.
Superintendent Sperry.
I'd just like to remind the residents that we no parking order except for 2 inches of snow. We have quite a few cars on the road this weekend. Everybody try to get their cars off the road. We appreciate it. That's it.
Thank you. There was a question about the train station operating hours. Is there any problem with the locks in the doors? We were told it was locked during normal. Okay. Maria will talk to you about it. Okay. Thank you, sir. Engineer Huss?
No report this evening, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Treasurer Britton?
Nothing, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, ma'am. Ms. Harris?
Nothing.
Thank you, ma'am. Deputy Clerk Kolacki?
I have nothing.
Thank you, ma'am. Attorney Valdez?
Just an update on the status of the SVN suspension. Notice went out today that the business license for SVN has been suspended, and we are arranging a hearing to address that. That's all that I have.
Thank you, sir. Under my business, I'm looking for a motion to appoint Lisa Olson to the Zoning Board of Appeals.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Trustee Kaveny,
Aye.
trustee Ivan,
Aye.
trustee Crowley,
Aye.
trustee Johnson,
Aye.
trustee Killily.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, sir. And just an update from the resident question last week about the development on Kedzie. Reached out to the developer again this past week, and they are once again going in front of the county board to try to get the county to sell them the property. So they've told me it's been quite a lot of work and numerous hoops, but they feel like they have it all in place now, and they believe that they will have it finalized this week or next. So, and as soon as he does, he will be coming in for demolition permits for the building. So, crossing my fingers. So, Victor? Yes. All right, that's all I have. Clerk Moscow.
I have nothing tonight, sir.
Thank you, sir. Seeing there's no further business coming for the board, I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
A second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Meeting adjourned. Thank you all.